A very good morning to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Nagaraju ji. A good morning to Professor Reddy Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor. A very good morning to Miss Manchala, the Registrar of this university. Good morning to our Director, EFLU, EMRC, Joint Director, Dr. Sunil Mehru, Director of Osmania EMRC, Shri Raghupati ji, our Outreach Coordinator, Ms. Mehak, and all the deans, directors, all the dignitaries present in this particular auditorium or this hall. A very good morning to all of you. Consortium for Educational Communication obviously has been striving hard for past couple of decades, or rather 4 decades, how to grow, how to build themselves up. And we have been constantly working towards it. We have been channelizing our resources towards it. And the team at CEC has been constantly working in a very progressive, proficient and an efficient manner, and the results are showing. Obviously, you all see on a national highway that we appreciate your hurry, but even hurry takes time. So we are working towards that, and we obviously will be able to show a lot better results in times to come. The digital technologies, the pedagogy, the AI, that's something which everybody has been talking about, has been discussed about, has been thought about, and we also have been talking about what could be the ethical framework. That's a very important aspect, because AI actually, what our Honorable Prime Minister, whatever I'm going to quote today is most of his thoughts and whatever he has been quoting up, and he's a role model for everybody, not just me, but all youngsters in this country, and everybody looks up to him, and his thoughts are very, very progressive and positive. So the way Honorable Prime Minister puts it up, he does not say artificial intelligence, AI is artificial intelligence only. He says, it says all inclusive. Take everybody along. That's an important aspect. I'll quote a couple of stories, which some of you, I am a little old, so some of you of my generation would understand that and know about that. We had a very, very unique system problem when I was in school. So we used to talk about the fact that all our jobs are going to be taken away by computers. And everybody was very, very, very worried in 80s when I was in school, and in 90s when I was studying in my school, high school. So everybody was talking about the computers are going to take away everything. Nothing happened. We all innovated, we all got used to it, and we did a brilliant job. The youngsters, the Y2Ks may not be aware of it, but this was the thought process, a genuine thought process where lots of jobs were thought about are going to be lost to computers. There came a time when there was a huge problem in whole of the world. There was something they were talking about. I just used that word, Y2K. Now what was this Y2K bug? This Y2K was, all of you would recall, how would 199 translate into 200? Computers work on binary system 0 and 1. So they said it is not going to be possible. The satellites are going to fall down, the aeroplanes are going to be I was finishing my university at that time and I had just finished my MBA. But this was a major thing. Aaj jo us generation ke sabko pata hoga. There was so much being written about it. Nothing happened. 31st December 199, suddenly the clocks were 2000 and everything was fine. So the fact, same thing is being talked about artificial intelligence, that lots is going to change and a lot of your jobs are going to be lost and things. No, that's not going to happen. Yes, we'll have to innovate. We'll have to get accustomed to what future is within the ethical framework. That's going to be a very important aspect. And that's what I would like all of you to understand and brainstorm. Obviously, you all have lots and lots of experience. You all are teachers or professionals. Go back to the society. Tell them what it is all about. AI has a very important aspect. You all are using very basic sort of a tool. At least you are using that. Some must be using very high-end tools also. ChatGPT. Now the basic thing is garbage in, garbage out. The prompt matters. Whatever the prompt is, if you put up a right question to the teacher, you will get the right answer. But if you don't put up a right question to the teacher, the answers will also be haywire and they will never solve your purpose. So AI, garbage in, garbage out. If you have the right mindset, proper prompts, AI will give you best possible results. So for that, you need your human brains to keep functioning, keep doing work. The fact I meet lots and lots of youngsters who keep talking about the fact that AI is going to be taking away our bread and butter or take away part of our lives. That is not going to happen. You keep innovating, you keep using your minds and keep growing. You will change. You will change, and you will change for the betterment. As we talk about the fact, it's not the machine, it's the man behind the machine that counts. So always remember that. Always remember that. This is going to be a very, very important aspect in your lives also. So AI is not going to change much. It is actually help you going to rebuild in a better, progressive and a positive manner. As Honorable Prime Minister talks about all-inclusive. AI he refers to as all-inclusive. He refers to the fact that we should have a human-centric approach. AI will always be able to grow, will be able to build the societies if we have a human-centric approach and if we work in a very positive manner. That's going to be a very important thing. Honorable Prime Minister has just given a vision which he calls as a Manav human being, the Manav vision. The Manav vision, what does it talks about? Actually, it is an acronym, MANAAV. So M talks about moral values. It talks about the fact, the morality in the society, which we are losing. Which we are losing day by day. Computers have nothing to do with that. AI have nothing to do with that. Just our minds are not developing in a positive manner. We are becoming so shrewd that we are losing that morality. So my thought is, or the way Honorable Prime Minister puts up his vision, that morality in society is the most important aspect. Keep that in mind. All the youngsters and we as teachers, we as professionals have to understand that we keep that into mind. A stands for accountability. Now, accountability is another very important aspect. I keep talking to my officers in my organization. I say, in management, I'm a professor of management. Authority, responsibility and accountability go hand in hand. If I give you authority, I give you responsibility. But then I give you accountability also. Don't come tomorrow and tell me कि director ने किया था ये. मैंने आपको authority दे दी. So you do it. You do it and you be responsible while you are doing it. That means don't cause any harm to the society. Work for the societal good. And then you be accountable for that. So accountability is a very, very important aspect that we talk about, that we keep thinking about, that we keep building about. The third important aspect coming from Jammu and Kashmir is very close to my heart. Honorable Prime Minister constantly talks about it and we keep building on that. That is national sovereignty. Some of you may take all these things for granted, but understand how things are in different areas, different parts of our country, how that national sovereignty is being built up or has to be built up, and how AI can help us in this particular thing. So this vision of Honorable Prime Minister is again a very positive one, and he keeps all the what we call it as efforts that are being tied up or are being built up are towards this particular thing only. AI, another MANA, accessibility. AI is going to provide that accessibility to all, everybody, to the goods that we can do for the society, the healthcare systems, the educational systems, the revenue building systems, which can actually build up the lower strata of our society, which can help in the growth of their stature. That's a very important aspect. So accessibility is another important aspect which is covered vis-a-vis vision is concerned. And the last for V stands for valid and legitimate AI systems. As I already spoke about the fact that there should be proper AI systems which work towards, again, the fact national good. अभी आपने सबने देखा ही होगा, we all saw something happen to, earlier it was done to, or it was because of that particular app that we had lots and lots of issues within our country. Around 2 years back it was banned, and few days back we had another app which was totally stopped, and it is being stopped till 30th of this particular month at least. It may continue after that, because it was creating chaos, confusion and turmoil within the minds of the students, playing with the lives of the students, creating a era or aura that something negative is happening even before it had happened, or even if there was nothing of that sort. So working on valid applications is going to be a very important aspect. So this vision we should always try to propagate, we should try to talk about, we should try to build up, is a very important aspect, and we should work towards it. I'm sure all the teachers present over here, all the professionals present over here have a lot more better ideas than I have, but it's good to exchange your ideas with your fellow colleagues. It's good to work in on. We at our level at Consortium for Educational Communication are constantly looking at disseminating positive, progressive educational content to the students of our country. And EFLU, incidentally, is one of those institutions which has been partnering us for a long time, and it is also a DTH institution. So we, as Consortium, has 7 channels also. So we have 2 schemes, SWAYAM and SWAYAM Prabha. SWAYAM is your MOOCs, the massive online open courses, and we have SWAYAM Prabha, which has given us 7 channels. And EFLU is one of those lucky institutions which runs our channel by the name of Sanskar. So Sanskar takes care of language, philosophy, history and culture, and philosophy and language. And EFLU is an apt institution to run this particular program. I have been constantly talking to the Honorable Vice Chancellor about how we can improve the content of this particular institution, how we could have a complete broadcasting solution for this particular institution, because today kids are more used to looking at 4K or 5K stuff. So SD or HD will not work in times to come. So we need to have our productions also in 5K or 4K. So at least we can give the content that the students are looking at, we can give a proper and appropriate content to them. I'm sure under the leadership of Honorable Vice Chancellor, this institution will grow and will be able to deliver in a very positive, progressive manner, and will be able to provide us with sufficient effective details which will actually be provided to the students in turn, and these students can learn from it. That's the motto that CEC is working on. Along with that, obviously our SWAYAM program, we have around about 172 programs launched for this July-December session, July-December 2026 session. So we would encourage all of you to be part of those particular programs. Your students should join those particular programs and use these CEC MOOCs for their betterment, as UGC has prescribed that up to 40% of the courses a student can take through MOOCs, and we would recommend that you join these programs. I know you must be coming from various colleges or institutions or universities, so we have a specific outreach program outlined for this particular thing. Ms. Mehak, who's present over here, is taking care of this outreach program. So you all, after this workshop or during this workshop, can get in touch with her. She'll be here for next 2 days, and we can have a separate designed outreach program for your institution also. So for next 40-45 days we are going to do that. We are already working on various outreach programs, but we'll have a specific designed for you also, for your MOOCs coordinators, that is the teachers. They are present over there. Mind it, at this moment we are doing it for students. So your coordinators, we will be talking more about that, how your students should join in and what they should do. But in times to come, we'll be working towards how you can develop MOOCs. But this particular section at this moment is only towards how students can build it up. So that's going to be our basic aspect. I wish good luck to the organizers of the conference. I hope you have a very, very fruitful discussions. You talk about where our country is heading towards, where our education standards are heading towards. You must have had read about it in past couple of months. We had 2 very important deals. One was the father of all deals and one was the mother of all deals. The father of all deals, obviously we did with the US, but the mother of all deals that we did with the EU, where education in our times, as ma'am was referring over here, that I'm a Commonwealth fellow or a Canadian fellow and all that, education was more of an exchange program. But now education is moving towards a revenue generating platform. So because if we have to be one of the top economies of the world, we did become the 3rd largest economy of the world, but if we want to be in 1 and 2, obviously we have to pool in or get money from all the resources and use all our resources for the growth of the country. And this deal, which Government of India signed, as working towards, where they're also talking about education as a revenue generation source. और आज अगर आप देख रहे हैं तो international universities are opening their campuses in our country also. During my time, a very important topic or hot topic was brain drain, where we were saying the better brains from our country are going outside. But now and we were always working towards reversing the brain drain. But the fact is, it was just not the brain drain, it was the drain on our revenues also, because amount of foreign exchange these students were taking outside the country and spending over there. So now we are not just reversing that, but we are also looking at foreign exchange earnings to this particular thing. So using our AI competence and trying to work on and trying to build it up all in a ethical framework. That's an important aspect. Just 2 words, but these have a huge impact. As Nagaraju sir was just sharing with me and showing me one of the sects of Orissa, how they lead their life and how that's what he was explaining to me. I feel that was the morality at its highest standards. So our culture always have been that rich, ethically very rich. The only thing is that how we transfer it to the next generations, how we pass it on to the next generations, and how we sustain it over a longer period of time. We have that habit of sustaining thousands and thousands of years, and we have gone through so much, but we have sustained ourselves. This AI will also help us become more stronger, become more ethical, become more practical, and will not actually harm us, but we'll use it for our advantage. Thank you for a patient listening. Thank you for listening to me. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.